Things are changing a lot very quickly in the British monarchy. Prince Charles is now snubbed. Prince William should leapfrog his father to be king in order to save the Windsors, the British royal family, that is. Giles Shedrick, Daily Express chief reporter on Express UK. Prince William should leapfrog his father to the British throne in a sign of surging support for the Duke of Cambridge. This is what the polls reveal. An indication the public craves a rejuvenation of the British monarchy. 45% agree they want the succession to skip the generation when the Queen dies. 20% of those questions disagree, with the remainder undecided. The Prince of Wales, we know that's Prince Charles, he's 71 years old, is the longest serving heir apparent in British history. He's been waiting a long time, obviously, and he's still waiting. It seems that Queen Elizabeth II is very fit and healthy. Now, having become first in line to the throne in February 1952 upon his grandfather George VI's death, that's when his mother became queen. But the furor over Meghan and Harry's decision to leave the senior royals, to abandon the royal family, and insistence on leading their own independent life and having independent financial lives, and they no longer have British public duty, has seemingly only strengthened feelings for a radical change in the monarchy. Half of the men polled in the Savannah CHalres survey agreed the monarchy should be reduced in size, compared to 43% of women. 50% of women would prefer the throne to be to bypass Charles, to be passed to his son, Prince William, to his eldest son. That's compared to 40% of the men. Half of young adults would prefer William to be the next monarch, compared to just over a third of those aged 55 and over, in the latest indication of popular public opinion that has grown over the past 10 years. In 2010, a YouGov poll asked whether Prince Charles should make way for William to become king, 44% saying he should, and 37% saying he should not. Yet, despite backing for William and his young family, his father is unlikely to let the prize he covets most, that is to become king, pass him by. Dickie Arbiter, former press secretary to the Queen, said, "Skipping a generation sets a dangerous precedent and could lead to calls for George, who would be in his late 60s or 70s by the time his father reigns came to an end, to step aside for his heir to be a son or a daughter. The saying, 'if it ain't broke, why fix it,' must apply to succession." Quote, "William's turn will come. Meanwhile, Charles will succeed his mother, the Queen, and if the past couple of decades are anything to go by, the monarch will be in safe hands." The monarchy will be in safe. Well, I don't know. The thing is that there's a lot more that goes with that. The decision by Harry and Meghan to turn their backs on the family, seeking a new life of independence in North America, called the Megxit, plunged the firm into chaos. The royal family, that is. It's also prompted a surge for support for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, that is, William and Kate, with 1/3 of women saying she has become more favorable since the royal split. Some of the antipathy towards Prince Charles could stem from his promise to continue funding Harry and Meghan, with public seeing that pledge as the couple having their cake and eating it too. And Charles received stinging criticism in the past for meddling in politics and airing his views on subjects like environment and architecture from a privileged position, calling into question his neutrality. It seems that he does not have neutrality. So, this is a stark contrast to the Queen, who has kept her counsel during a 67-year reign, even during her darkest moments in the 1990s, a decade marked by divorce and revelations of Charles' affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, the death of Princess Diana. In the interview ahead of his 70th birthday, Charles insisted he would not meddle if he became king, conceding he would not be able to do the same things I've done as heir, he said. Savanta.com rest poll carried out across Britain this week showed that 56% of the British people agreed that when Prince Charles finally becomes king, it would be acceptable for him to voice personal opinions on issues like climate change. Meanwhile, more than 2 in 5 Scots adults agreed that the monarch should be stripped of the title Supreme Governor of the Church of England, so the royal family better reflect the diversity of the UK compared to just over 1/4 of the English adults. As second in line to the throne, William has already attended meetings at Clarence House with his father and grandmother to prepare for his future role, and upon the accession of the Prince of Wales, the Duke of Cambridge, Prince of Wales being Charles, Duke of Cambridge being Prince William, will take on the title and become the manager of the vast Duchy of Cornwall, from which his father currently earns an annual income of £21.6 million. That's about what, $24 million. So the thing is that there are certain protocols, though. The monarch of England is also the head of the Church of England, and the Church of England has the code that the monarch cannot be divorced, and neither can he or she be married to a divorcee. And Charles has done both those things. So how is it then that he could be the head of the Church of England? That's not possible. So what's going to happen with that issue? If anybody knows, please comment and let us know. Thank you. This is on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.